All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Snap Material. We are coming at you early in July here. We're recording it at least early in July. Plan is to get these episodes out just as early. And you know it right here. This is Snap Material, where we take a look at the past season and the upcoming season of Marvel Snap, that fun mobile game that's out there. Evan, are you ready to talk some Marvel Snap tonight?
I am indeed, Jesse. I am indeed.
So we had the season Spider-Verses. That dropped June 5th of 2023. And what we'll do is we'll kind of recap the cards and the locations that came out, some of our experiences with what was going on in the game at that point in time and with the cards and locations themselves. So I guess first up, we'll talk about Ghost Spider. Ghost Spider was the premier card. Came out if you bought the season pass, you got Ghost Spider. She was a 2/3, and on reveal, the last card you played moves to where she's at. Yeah, I remember when we first started last month talking about what was going to be happening. We knew that the move meta was going to be strong. They really pushed move cards with the Spider-Verses season. And of course, Ghost Spider was out there shortly after the season hit. A lot of people getting that $10 season pass. A lot of what I was seeing was Ghost Spider getting laid out there and pulling over those move cards that got those buffs to them. Human Torch or Vulture. Those were the ones I was normally seeing, and anything else that could get a move buff. She worked well with one of our upcoming cards that we're going to be talking about next, which is Ghost Rider 2099, or excuse me. Boy, wait till that comes out. Spider-Man 2099.
We've got a few months till that. Do you think Ghost Rider 2099 will be the season pass card, or do you think it'll be Bloodhawk?
You are going to have to just go ahead and tell me what the heck a Bloodhawk is.
X-Men 2099, man.
I never read any
Bloodhawk, Mean Streak, Junk Pile, Shakti, and others. I just rattled off every member of X-Men 2099 I knew. Should have quit while I was ahead.
Anyway, Spider-Man 2099. Yeah, that's what I meant. But anyway, that's what I was seeing with Ghost Spider. How about you? Did you have a chance to interact with Ghost Spider? Did you pick up Ghost Spider at all? What's going on?
Ghost Spider a lot. No, I still haven't pulled the trigger on any of the season pass cards. I shouldn't say this too loud. I'm sure the developers all rush to their phones to listen to Snap Material as soon as it hits the interwebs. But I've been able to get the ones that I wanted eventually. I got Black Panther. As we learned last month with Living Tribunal, I'm maybe not the best predictor of what cards are going to be useful to me. So, digital gold, I'm okay, or tokens, I'm okay with risking. But 10 actual dollars, I'm going to wait and see.
Mm-hmm. I hear you.
But Ghost Spider, it looks like a card I would use. I saw her paired a lot with Dagger. And, like you said, she could work with whoever that guy is from 2099. Punisher 2099.
Please, let me see Punisher 20. Yes. Not Ravage. Don't say it. Do not say it.
Wow. I can't believe I wasn't even going to go there. I mean, your discriminatory attitude toward Ravage is affecting me now. That's a shame. Yes, we need a Ravage 2099 card.
You said it. Now the developers are listening.
He would be like a lower cost Hela. He would only bring back one discarded card because, Ravage made weapons out of trash.
Oh my. Okay, so next up on the docket was Silk. Comes out for 2 energy, and she has 5 power. After any card is played here, this moves to another location. I think I've seen her once when I was playing. It didn't seem like a lot of people rushed out to get her. Maybe ran into her for a few times, but wasn't a big impact player. And you can probably tell that just by what the ability was.
She's a bit of a wild card, pun mildly intended. I think I said last time she's kind of like Titania, but she stays on your side. But the difference is with Titania, you can predict what she's going to do. Now, if you can forget, like I do, and screw up the math with Titania, but Silk, you don't really know where she's going to go. She'll still be on your side. So, I mean, I guess depending on how you place cards, you could line up where she's going to end up. But I just don't see much of planning ahead with her.
Right. I think the only thing really beneficial with her would be you've got Craven out there. Craven the Hunter is going to get that boost if she pops over that way. If you also have Miles Morales in your hand, that's going to allow him to get out there for one cost, pretty much as long as a card is played there. And a 2/5 is nothing to sneeze at. I mean, for 2 energy, that's a lot to get 5 power out there. So
she's definitely useful in a move deck. It's just there's other cards that you can control or predict a little bit better.
Up next, our fine swine, Spider-Ham. He is a 1/1 on reveal. He transforms the highest card in your opponent's hand into a pig, allowing that pig to keep the same power and cost. So going into this, I'm a lot of times ignorant sometimes when it comes to, you can go back and listen to some of these snap materials and be like, what in the world is he talking about? So with Spider-Ham, I thought, oh man, we're going to have another 6,000. He's going to cost 6,000. I had that all figured out. I was like, I'm still going to get him for 6,000. I didn't realize that he was just going to be a 3,000 token card.
Yeah, I had no idea. I was for the first couple weeks of the season, I was going to be like Spider-Ham or Spider-Man 2099. I mean, yeah. And I still don't understand. No disrespect to Silk. I've read some good Silk comics, but how do you make her harder to get than these two?
Right.
Like I said, she's an interesting character, but Spider-Ham and Spider-Man 2099, to me, they appeal even to people who aren't like hardcore comic fans. I mean, yeah. I liked Spider-Ham when I was a kid before I only read a handful of his comics, but just the fact that he existed was wonderful. And the fact that they've shoehorned him into regular continuity, I love.
Love it. Right.
And so, yeah, I was a little surprised by that, but yeah, I was, well, do I want 2099? Do I want Spider-Ham? Spider-Ham's funnier, but 2099, man, he works on a move deck. He destroys cards. I don't know.
Right.
And then I didn't have to choose.
You didn't. It comes out 3,000 tokens, and I was like, oh my goodness. All right. I struggled a little bit as to whether I was going to go ahead and spend the 3,000 on for probably about 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, I want to buy this card. And boy, has it been fun. It has been a fun card to have out there. You know, a lot of my stress has been relieved when I can see that hammer come out and smack Null right in the face.
Oh, yeah. Oh. I mean, it works from a game perspective. It works from a morale perspective. It's absolutely delightful. Spider-Ham's in just about every one of my decks now. He's the new M'Baku.
I love it.
And I mean, the only thing, like, I didn't dislike it, but I don't know. The original card with the donut, it looked cool, but I don't know. It just didn't feel like classic Spider-Ham to me. Although I've said I could probably count the classic Spider-Ham comics I've read on one hand, although I did get a huge collection of like 15 issues in a trade a while back.
Nice.
On my ever-growing to-read pile. But I was just a little bit of gold short. They had a pretty cool variant of him that came out, and I just missed it. And then one of my prizes, I got that variant, and it
awesome.
Looks a little more like I don't know if it looks like the one from the movie. I don't know. It's just a little more streamlined, a little more of what I think Spider-Ham looks like. Not that the regular card isn't great and funny, but I just like this one a little better. But yeah, I just put Spider-Ham in just about every deck, even the deck that I had used and really had a lot of success with. I may have replaced Sunspot with him because there's almost no downside to using Spider-Ham. I mean, there's cards he doesn't work well. The only thing you don't want him to hit is like Red Skull or the Infinite. I almost suggested that we do a top 5 cards you love to pig with Spider-Ham. And also kudos to you for making pig a verb. I mean, as soon as you texted that to me the first time, I've been using that ever since. Like I said, I say it to other people, and I don't know if they get it, and I don't care. Just like this is the proper term. I didn't know before, but Jesse's right. I pigged him.
You pigged him.
I mean, is there a better feeling? I mean, it's helpful to pig Galactus. You know, any of the cards that have good effects but 0 energy, but is there a better feeling than pigging Null?
Oh, man, because he is absolutely worthless after that.
Yep.
Just a big, fat, 0-powered, 6-cost card.
That's a good one, too. Devil Dinosaur. I mean, he's still 3 points, but a 5/3, and he could be so much worse. I enjoy pigging Devil Dinosaur.
Yep. I agree.
There is a sentence you probably never thought you would podcast. I enjoy pigging Devil Dinosaur.
Oh man, you put down here Doctor Doom as well. I mean, getting rid of that on reveal ability is, it's so helpful.
Yeah, I mean, then Doctor Doom's he's just like a card,
Yeah, yeah, he shows up and his Doombots are nowhere to be found. Nowhere to be found.
And he's still quite frustrating, even though they knocked the Doombots down to 4. But Spider-Ham makes it all better. Although, frankly, I wish I know you said last time that you were kind of hoping there would be specific animations or art for each card that Spider-Ham hit.
Yeah.
But I feel like at least there should be a bonus, like when you hit Doctor Doom, he should be turned into Doctor Doom from Spider-Ham comics.
From Spider-Ham, yeah.
Or Dr. Octopussy Cat.
That would be great.
And the first Spider-Ham story I read featured a team up with the Pun Fisher.
The Pun Fisher.
Yes.
Lovely.
He's a fish. I should take a minute and acknowledge a little bit of hypocrisy. I always get on here and make wisecracks about how comic accurate the team up of Morbius and MODOK is. But I don't know of any story where Spider-Ham has turned people into pigs. But let me just say, I don't care. I like it.
All right, last card that got revealed in Spider-Verses was Spider-Man 2099. 4 energy. Nope. Yes. 4 energy, 6 power. The first time this moves to a location, destroy an enemy card there. So again, this pops up, and I'm thinking, well, I got Spider-Ham. I'm out of luck for Spider-Man 2099. I just got to deal with it. And he's 3,000 tokens. I was like, okay, I am very excited, and again, was on the fence for quite a while, and I was like, you know what? I've got the tokens. I'm going to go ahead and buy them.
Yeah.
Now, the problem with this season for me, essentially, was just like, I didn't play a whole lot for some reason. Spider-Man 2099 comes out. I didn't have a chance to play, even though I bought him, I didn't have a chance to really get things going with him. I wanted to put a deck in there that was a move deck, which I had varying success. So it's not like I could put something together immediately that just caused me to go, okay, this is definitely a card that's turning the game around. It's helpful, kind of challenging to figure out where to place him in order for Heimdall to actually, you can't put him on the left-hand side, get him out of that, because Heimdall comes out, he's not going to have anywhere to move. You got to be able to move. But yeah, I mean, I still bought him though, because I was like, this is going to be a card that can have some impact, and I want to have fun designing some decks around him come later. But
I put him on my regular move deck, which I call Portals, after that scene in Endgame, the greatest movie scene ever. Ever. Not in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, not in the 21st century, ever. I forget who was on there originally, but I ended up, because I also got Stegron out of a prize cache, and so I put Stegron on there, and then I replaced Stegron with Spider-Man 2099, and then finally I bumped Vision off and put Stegron and Spidey 2099 in there. I definitely had some times where Spidey, or it seems confusing to call him Spider-Man, and it seems too much to call him Spidey or Spider-Man 2099, so I'm going to call him Miguel.
Okay.
Which is his name. But, I mean, the fact is, at worst, he's the Thing,
Right.
And the thing, even without High Evolutionary, who bothered me much more this season than last for some reason. I don't know. I hate that, there's just seldom a good reason to use the Thing, except for the fact that he's the Thing. But I mean, all else fails, you're spending 4 energy, you've got 6 power, maybe you destroy somebody else's card.
That's not nothing. Again, very powerful card. I could probably see a nerf coming, and it won't be a big one, but I mean, it's either a buff going to the Thing, or which I don't know if that'll ever happen, or it'll be a nerf going to 2099 just by like bringing him down to a 5. I could probably see that because he is pretty powerful at a 4/6.
You think about the other 4/6s. I mean, like I said, unless you're running a Patriot or a High Evolutionary deck, or you just think the world's a better place with Ben Grimm in it, you're almost never going to put him in a deck. I mean, White Queen, Drax, Hellcow, Namor. Maybe not Namor. I just can't seem to use Namor, especially when Orca's there for 2 more energy and a whole lot more points. But yeah, I think he's a fun card. There's no downside to putting him in your deck, really. It's just a question of whether he goes from not a bad play on turn 4 to hey, that really helped.
Well, then our locations. We start out with Aunt May's. Effect of this location was the first card you play here gets +3 power and moves. my notes were having Kitty Pryde in a deck was very helpful. You know, you get her out there, lay her out there on the Aunt May location, and she's got +3 immediately. Sunspot's a good one to have out there too. So if you can get Aunt May's on turn 1, you're going to have a better game, or at least get a head start, I should say.
Yeah, I think I said last time, because we're recording early this time. We recorded a little late last time. Well, or we had to do it in installments. So I'd already played there a few times, and the Torch is who I really like to use there. But, I mean, yeah, Kitty Pryde is like a 1B on there, definitely. Yeah. You know, if you can hold out long enough, Vulture, you know, you get him up to an 11. And I'm just glad that I had rewatched finally Into the Spider-Verse, or I would not have understood why that was Aunt May's. I thought when they said it was Aunt May's, I thought it was going to be like her kitchen, and, you know, the ability was going to be like, you know, add 1 wheat cake to your hand or something. But in Into the Spider-Verse, after Chris Pine's Spider-Man died, they went to Aunt May's, and he had like that version of Peter Parker had like a whole spider cave under a shed in her backyard with all those different suits. So some of the locations you have to kind of react to, and that one usually you get to choose, you know, kind of, hey, how's this going to work best? And in a season where you were already doing a lot of move stuff, you know, I think I used my move deck most of the time when that was the featured location.
The next up was the Great Web. So after each turn, move 1 card to the web for a random player. And I just remember said the same thing I put down here for notes again, and it pretty much confirmed it. It was fun to watch. Produced a lot of chaos in the game because people would try to play something, or they just give up trying to play something somewhere else. They're like, okay, It's all going right here, right now. You get Kraven out there, man. It was
that was my main strategy with that. I think I used my move deck a lot there, but you just park Kraven there, and he is almost as scary as Aaron Taylor Johnson in that trailer for that movie that just came out. What's it called?
Is it Kraven?
You know, that doesn't seem right. He doesn't really remind me much of Kraven the Hunter. Quicksilver himself.
Yeah, I got to play a few games, and it was fun to watch the chaos unfold. But man, that was another one of those days where I just didn't have the chance to get down and sit down and play as much as I wanted to. Thanks a lot for joining us. Make sure to tune in tomorrow for the next installment of Snap Material.